All right, good morning, everybody. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the pre-stream. Yes, an actual pre-stream today. Yesterday, we didn't really have one because I was doing, I was making a pot of Italian sauce. The stream ended up starting much later. Because of that, it threw a lot of people off. But today, we are back to normal, the normal schedule, the normal routine. And FYI, I am here all the way through the weekend through Monday. Tuesday is my day off, so we still got 5 more days of full-time streaming coming for you guys, and I'm excited for it, obviously. It's good stuff. We got good stuff on the agenda, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope everyone's doing good. I'm excited. We got a new game tomorrow. We've got finishing a playthrough likely on Saturday. I'm excited for what we're doing today in New Vegas, possibly wrapping up a major DLC, which would be awesome. Because, you know, as fun as the DLCs are, you know, they do take you out of the main path line of the game, and it's always good to get back on track and start making more progress in the story, which is exactly what I would like to do if we do get through the DLC today, which I'll talk about in a bit. Shout out to Luna, who just became a standard supporter. However, I believe it is a resub. I can't tell. See, here's the thing. Here's the weird thing with YouTube, all right? When you become a member, it tells you the first time someone becomes a member. When someone renews their membership, it doesn't say that. It just says, welcome. So, I have no idea, Luna. I think it says you're a 2-month supporter in the stream chat. It actually shows the silver crown. So, I'm assuming that means that you have now renewed your sub and you're a 2-month member. So that means that technically our members probably won't go up, but I can check on that. In fact, I am going to check on that live because it definitely is different than Twitch. On Twitch, you have differentiate between a first-time sub, a resub. You see, you could tell the difference. You cannot tell the difference here on YouTube. Oh, by the way, no, see, in this case, it counted as a new because 142 plus 9 plus 8. Yeah, now we're at 159. So we actually did go up one as a result of you renewing your membership. So I can update this, and that's cool, but I really don't know when to update it or not. I think what it is, if people are on the auto-renew, okay, there is no notification whatsoever. So any of you who have become a member, and you are in the auto-renewal program, where it just does it by itself, I will never even know, okay? Yeah, I will never even know. In regards to if you are a member and you do not auto-renew and then you manually renew, I think if you let the membership expire by like a day and then you manually renew, the member count will go down and then up again. So if that's the case, I need to basically manually check and see because, for example, in Luna's case, I didn't know if it was, it just expired today and then they're, manually renewing. Does that mean that we went down and up? And apparently we did. Apparently it means we went down one member and now we're back up to that member, you see? It's confusing. It is, because on Twitch it was a lot more streamlined. On Twitch, when you renewed, it actually could even tell the difference between a renewal or just a first-time membership. And, the pop-up message would actually reflect that, and it doesn't really do that here on YouTube. So, again, we're learning. And if you didn't notice, guys, so Luna did renew, and she does have the 2-month silver crown, but if you didn't notice, the pop-up message wasn't silver. I think what it is when I set these pop-up messages up, when it says 2 months, it actually thinks you've been subbed for 2 months, not you're starting your 2nd month membership, you see? So I may have to change the parameters of the pop-up messages that I have in Streamlabs, so that when you actually do resub for the 2nd month manually, it'll show as the silver crown. Yeah, I'll figure this out. But that was good. Thank you, Luna, first of all, for the ongoing support. And actually, that was a good test because that was the first time I was able to correlate what it looks like versus with the pop-up message. And now it does look like it's wrong, and I'll have to edit that. I guess what I'll have to do is, if you are a sub for 1 month or longer, then it's silver. You see, if it's 30 days have passed and then you sub again, then it should be a silver crown pop-up. Yeah. Shout out to Agility1983, who did a $1.99 super chat. Says abandoned trailer was made from pre-made assets. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean that basically they bought assets from another company and just slapped them together to make the trailer? That nothing there was actually made originally by the company? Is that what that means? If so, that would answer a lot of questions, because of course everyone's asking, is Abandoned Silent Hill? And the answer is no, but maybe they bought the fucking PT assets from Konami, right? Could that be what's going on? I don't know. I was looking in gaming news this morning, and basically I have not seen any real interesting gaming news going on. So I don't really have a gaming news segment to talk about today, because there's really nothing to discuss. All right. All right. So, Albert Sneed says, aren't the badges affected too? Shouldn't there should be no silver crowns? No. Okay. I should clarify this. Allow me to clarify. Okay. On YouTube, the way it works, the moment you become a channel member, you get a bronze crown. Okay? That's the first level of membership. Once you've already been a member for a month and you resubscribe, that kicks you into month 2, and then you earn the silver crown. Okay? Once you've already been a member for 2 months and you resubscribe, so that's basically the start of month 3, then you get the golden crown. Okay? Now, after that, you have to wait to start your 6th month. Once you start your 6th month as a supporter, then your crown is going to upgrade to a golden crown that has rubies and emeralds encrusted in it. Okay? Then, after when you hit the I guess it would be full 11 months starting your 12th month, then it will upgrade to a regal crown. And then, that 2-year mark, which I guess would technically be 23 starting your 24th month, that would be the diamond regal crown. Okay? So, it's confusing because you're right. Over on Twitch, it was different. On Twitch, first of all, we didn't have that frequency of crown changes. I did that here on YouTube because that's how they've done it here on YouTube. They actually have it set up just like that. Those are the tiers that you could do. On Twitch, we had it spread out more, so that basically it would take longer to get, it would take longer to get those crowns earned. Like, I remember the diamond crown took like 4 years or something crazy like that, you know? But here on YouTube, they've actually shortened all those time periods that you have to wait. So hopefully that makes sense. It's confusing. I know it is because, you know, YouTube tries to do something so similar to Twitch, and then in other ways they're different, and those differences can be quite confusing, right? Agility, thank you for another super chat. Yes, we are aware that Kojima and Konami are following each other again on Twitter, which is funny. I mean, I really hope Kojima isn't going back to Konami. That would be terrible. That company doesn't deserve it. They treated him like shit. The only thing I can think of is they're not making any money in their games division, and they realize the only way they're going to is if they bring him back, and they're going to pay him an exorbitant amount of money to come back. But, I mean, when someone treats you so badly, do you really want to go back? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know if I like this idea. If he's going to go back to Konami for anything, right? Fruits of Seven says I should get a Kaio Razer webcam. Right now, I have no plans on buying anything. It's probably going to take me a few months to get back on my feet, financially stable enough to even buy anything. After the whole the whole thing that happened with Twitch really screwed me up. You know, I was relying for 2 months just on your tips. I had no other income. It was all messed up. And, I mean, thank God I'm past that, and now I'm getting paid by YouTube. But it was just a mess, and likely it's going to be a couple of months here of grinding away on YouTube with these streams to get people to consistently support these streams so that I can get back to where I was. 'Cause I'll tell you guys right now, you know, the frequency of cheers I used to get and the frequency of subs I used to get on Twitch, I am nowhere near that over here on YouTube. Not even close. I would say the only thing that's close to tips level. I still get really good tips during the streams, but everything else has dramatically dropped, and that's a huge dip in income for me, and it sucks. It's not anyone's fault besides Twitch for treating me like shit for no reason, And, you know, it's going to be a tough time these next few months to try to get to a consistent level of income where I can afford all my bills and not have to worry about shit, you know. At least I am getting paid now by YouTube. That's good. But now I have to focus on, okay, let's get people into the mentality that this is just like it was on Twitch, you know, contributing with all these methods. And it is what it is. Like right now we have 159 members, right? I used to have 900 on Twitch. You see? It's a huge difference. Huge. That's no exaggeration. That's a lot of money a month that I'm not going to make now. And how do you convince people to become a member on YouTube over Twitch? Especially because a lot of the people who were using memberships were using Amazon Prime, or they were being gifted memberships, neither of which exist over here, you know? But, you know, do my best. And I'm enjoying the streams. We are building things here. Things are getting better. The chat's definitely getting better. And, you know, things can only get better over time. That's the thing. Like, we actually had, I would say, a rough start. But then after the first couple of weeks, we got things more in line. And I would say the stream quality is getting better. Now we just got to get people over here, right? All right. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the stream schedule for the week, so you guys know what to expect, and we can talk about any other topics you guys would like to discuss before we get to the gameplay today, which is Fallout New Vegas. Speaking of which, yes, ladies and gentlemen, today's Fallout New Vegas on the stream. Why? Because that's what you wanted. I said to you guys I would give you the power to determine what I stream today. That it would either be Fallout New Vegas or more Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. And even though people like Mass Effect 3, they're really loving Fallout. It just seems like the overwhelming majority agreement here is that Fallout New Vegas is probably the best playthrough I'm doing right now. People are really enjoying the chill vibe of it. The fact that I'm actually playing this game at a pace where I'm exploring, I'm taking my time, I'm doing all this optional content, I'm talking with you guys and having fun conversation while we do it. It's very different from the previous Fallout playthroughs that I've done. This is the first playthrough ever that I've done Fallout that's an interactive stream. All my other playthroughs of Fallout before have been ignore stream chat or not even streaming. You know, this is a very different situation. So, people really seem to like it, and that's cool. And of course, let's also be honest here. There's really nothing else really going on in the realm of new releases. Ratchet & Clank is 2 weeks old now, and I'm about to finish it. We got Mario Golf tomorrow, which of course, some people will really be interested in. Others will be like, meh, because it's a first-party Nintendo game, and it's a sports game. You see? We really have nothing going on. The middle of July, we got the Skyward Sword redo. The HD redo. Alright? And then I think at the end of July, there's a game. I gotta look it up, actually, because I'm trying to remember exactly the schedule for July. Yeah, the end of July... Oh, actually, never mind. The end of July is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Unless I get an Xbox Series X by then, which is incredibly unlikely. Yeah, it's not looking like we're going to be playing that, you know. August has a couple of releases. Hades, 12 Minutes, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and Psychonauts 2. So that's cool. But July is looking pretty dead, you know. With no major new releases to bring in viewers who are maybe here and say, oh, okay, Phil's playing a great hype new release, let's come in and check it out. You know, it's kind of rough. I'll be honest, I really wish I had jumped over to YouTube streams for Resident Evil Village. I do. Because I had great views and everything on Twitch during that time. People really wanted to see me play Resident Evil Village badly. And the two things I regret is, number one, that I did not stream it at 1080p 60 frames because I was streaming on Twitch. So the visual quality of the game didn't really come through in the playthrough that I made. And then on top of that, the fact that I streamed it on Twitch, because what was the point? Within a week I was out of there. I could have used that as a major event to bring people to YouTube and build this YouTube streaming. And sadly, it was a very big lost opportunity. I really wish that I had done that. But it is what it is. You know, that's the past. The past is the past. You can't change the past. All you can do is focus on the future. Right? So, we're doing Fallout New Vegas today because that's what you guys wanted. And the thing is, this playthrough is going to be so incredibly long. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, every DLC is at least 5 hours long. Some of them are upwards of 9 hours. And this is only the first one I'm about to likely finish today. There's 3 more, plus the rest of the main campaign of the game, which is very lengthy. We've got all the activities to do on the strip, all the different factions that are at war there. We still got the Legion plot lines that I haven't even touched yet. You know, the Mr. House stuff. We've got the Brotherhood that are hidden out there, you know, in the desert that you got to find, and there's a whole questing line with them. I was thinking, man, like this is going to be pretty long. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with doing a genuinely very lengthy playthrough as long as you guys are enjoying everything. So, pretty good. By the way, let me say something to get this out. Well, you know what? No. I'll actually talk about this after. Let's do the schedule first. And then I'll talk a little bit about my plans for the summer and the Xbox Series X and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Let's get through the schedule first. So, today it's Fallout New Vegas. What are we doing? Well, we're in the Old World Blues DLC, and I'm trying to finish it up. We're at the, I believe, nearing the end of the story arc where what we have to do is do all the stuff in the stealth base. X12 or X13. I think X13, right? So we're going to finish up the stealth base, do all the stuff in there. We do have to backtrack back to X8, which is the kennel. And now we have the kennel key. We can open the kennel and see what was in there. I think there's some unique items or something in there. And once we trade in all the items with the scientist, the think tank, then I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, there's a big finale fight against Dr. Mobius, excuse me. We have to fight more scorpions and shit. And then I think it's the end. So I think we should beat it today as long as nothing kicks my ass. I think we should actually beat the DLC today, which is cool because you get a lot of things out of this DLC. You get this unique armor suit. You get perks. And I've already gained a bunch of levels. So I'll be bringing some good stuff out of this DLC for sure. Good stuff. Okay. Then tonight, the late stream tonight is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer fun. That should be good. You know, I play this once a week and having a lot of fun. I'm a little disappointed I've only been able to play it as scarcely as I have. You know, I've only played it twice since the new update, and I only played the new map like once. I didn't even get to play the new map another time. So I'm excited to play it again. Hopefully we'll get the new maps tonight and have some fun with that. As you know, Call of Duty is always a good time. Hope you guys will join me for that 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Last week I beasted. I was beasting, man, with the handgun. It's pretty good. Thank you, Simple Bubble. We are doing well. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. Tomorrow, Mario Golf Super Rush. A new game coming out. Something different for variety's sake. The game has a RPG-esque plotline, single-player mode, but also has online gameplay. So, obviously, the first thing I'll be doing is checking out the story mode to learn the basics of the game, and then eventually taking that online and playing against other people. Okay? So, yeah, it should be a good time. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow for Mario Golf. Should be something different. Variety for the streams, right? Tomorrow night is my weekly Street Fighter session, where we play throwback Street Fighter, old school fun for 2 hours a week. It's always a good time. Saturday will be the probable conclusion of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. The reason I say probable is because I think we could wrap it up. We got one more thing to do before I think we head into the final 2 worlds of the game. And I am looking for all the items and doing my best to try to, like, platinum the game if I can. Excuse me. We'll see how that goes. But I think I should be able to wrap it up on Saturday, likely. Okay? Saturday night, Danganronpa V3 continuing on. Always a good time, and we're in the midst of the 4th class trial. So far, I have absolutely no idea who murdered Miyu in the virtual world, but I think we know exactly how it was done. So, that'll progress Saturday. Then on Sunday, it'll be more Mario Golf, 2nd session of the new release. And then Sunday night, it's going to be more Call of Duty. Why more Call of Duty? Well, 2 reasons. First of all, because originally it was going to be Virtua Fighter 5, but after playing it the other day, I realized I'm just not getting anywhere with the game. I would need to sink a significant more amount of time into playing that game to actually get better at it and continue to progress, or else I've basically hit the wall. If I just keep playing Virtua Fighter 5 for 2 hours a week, I'll never learn anything. Now everyone who I'm playing knows like these 50% juggle combos, and they all know how to do these floaty counter hit moves. I don't even know what to do to counter this stuff. So basically I said I can't commit major 3-hour streams, multiple ones a week to this game, so I'm just gonna hang up my cowl. You know, my fighting game Crusader cowl. Hang it up. Okay? Alright. Alright, so anyway, instead of doing Virtua Fighter, okay, I'm going to be doing more Call of Duty on Sunday night. You guys have liked the Call of Duty I've done, and some people have said, man, you just don't do it enough. So we're going to do a second session Sunday night and see how it goes. If it ends up being, okay, it's not so good, but then we don't have to do it like that. I don't have to do multiple sessions of Call of Duty a week. But I want to see how it does if I do it again on Sunday night. If it doesn't go well, maybe we'll squeeze in other streams of narrative-based games in the future. Okay? Then on Monday, it'll be Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. And this time, we've done the Leviathan DLC, so we're going to head back to the main game and go to the Citadel. I know there's a lot of content on the Citadel to do again before we continue with the main story, so we'll do that. And then Monday night's going to be more Danganronpa V3. That's right, 2 streams of Danganronpa in 1 week to get maximum progress. What I'm hoping is between the 2 streams, we can finish the Clash Trial and head into the 5th and final major chapter of the game. I guess we'll see. Okay? So, that's the schedule for the week. I am off from streaming on Tuesday. Next week, I'm not even really worried about yet because it's so far off. But, of course, it'll be a balance between all the major stuff I'm doing now. Do my best to balance it out, even it out for all of you. Okay? So, that's the schedule. Like I said, with Mario Golf on the horizon here tomorrow, the only real major release coming out in the next month is Skyward Sword. So we'll have to see what happens in July. It may be a big opportunity in July for me to finally do some stuff I've wanted to do for a long time and just haven't had the time or means to do. We'll have to see. We'll have to brainstorm together once I start wrapping up some of these playthroughs. Of course, Fallout is not going to end anytime soon. Mass Effect is not going to end anytime soon. But you know what I mean? These are games that are going to be very lengthy. So... Divinity 2 fan says, the same thing happened with Tekken. It's not hard to learn, you refuse. What are you talking about? It's not hard to learn, you refuse. Did you not hear what I just said? I swear to God, some people don't listen. They really don't. I said, I need to invest time to learn. I don't have the time to invest. That's the point I'm making. This is not Street Fighter, where every game has the same fundamentals, and I can easily just jump in, and after learning a few variations on whatever iteration of Street Fighter I'm playing, I can play against people. These are franchises that the game is completely different from things that I'm used to playing. I would need to learn tons of gameplay mechanics in order to adjust and learn. And the point I'm making is, yes, I absolutely could learn those gameplay mechanics, but that would mean doing major gameplay streams of the game. Sitting here 3 or more hours, taking a character, putting them into a training mode, messing with all their moves to see the move properties, right? And then learning those combos that everyone seems to be using online, these giant counter hit, 50% juggle combos, and then also trying to figure out ways around said moves. So if someone has a high priority move, I'll give you an example. I was fighting a Sarah Bryant, okay? And all this Sarah Bryant was doing was a high-low mix-up kick that never ended. The game actually gave her a string of kicks that does not end. It's continuous. So without knowing, oh, can I counter hit here? Can I punish here? Can I sidestep here? You can't get out of the kicks. It's just constant getting the shit kicked out of you. All right? It's like Chun-Li doing a thousand leg burst or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Lightning legs. You're fucked. So when you're facing things like that, it's like, okay, now's time to go to the lab and get some knowledge. I don't have time to do that. Whenever I play the game 2 hours late at night, people are screaming, go online, go online, go online. You see what I'm saying? Like, fighting games take a lot of investment. Fighting game is not simply watch a video of someone playing it for 5 minutes, jump online and dominate. It's not how it works. There's a lot of time investment in a fighting game. It's not only learning basic combos and moves with your character, but learning properties, learning the right opportunities to use those moves, facing all the enemy fighters, and even if you're not going to use them, all right, at least identifying their moves by visual recognition and knowing what to do in a situation to avoid the move or beat it. You see, all of that is a major part of fighting games. If you don't take the time to do that, you might as well not play, I mean, the only exception to the rule is if you're just someone who's a casual, who's just going to mash buttons and have silly fun, you're welcome to do that. Of course, you're not going to do very well when you're playing online ranked and stuff, which is what I've been playing. So, that's what I mean. Like, people just think that it's so easy to play a fighting game. It's not. It takes a lot of time investment. It does. Okay? So, that's all you need, guys. You know, this is coming from someone who's only been playing fighting games since their inception. You know, Street Fighter 2 in arcades. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that instead of listening to a random in chat, I would know better than the random who just talking shit and doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Anyway, so that's why I'm not going to be playing Virtua Fighter 5 more. Okay? Alright. So anyway. Yeah, that's why I'm going to try more Call of Duty this week and see what happens. And go from there. Okay? Alright, now I have a few things to talk about. First of all, folks, as I just explained to you guys, sadly, I'm not really in a position where I could spend money on anything right now. I can't buy an Xbox Series X. I can't buy a new webcam. I would love to. In fact, the #1 purchase I would make right now if I could afford it is an Xbox Series X. Just being honest. That's what I would get because there's a lot of games coming out in the next couple of months under Game Pass that would save me a ton of money, and or there's games that likely I would not buy, but I would play if I had an Xbox Series X and they were under Game Pass. Just a couple examples. Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming out in July. Absolutely, I would try that under Game Pass. Apparently, there's a simplified mode that's going to be on the console version that makes it way easier than the PC version. It makes it just kind of like a chill game. I would love to play it, but I need an Xbox Series X. Coming up in August, just to give you some examples, all right? We've got Hades. That's going to be free under Game Pass, coming out mid-August. Psychonauts 2 in late August. That's free under Game Pass. I forget about 12 Minutes if that's Game Pass or not. I can't remember if 12 Minutes is Game Pass or not. Let's see here. Back 4 Blood is going to be Game Pass day 1. I know that. Well, I would say Age of Empires 4, but sadly we found out it's PC only, which kind of sucks. I wish that it was on Xbox Series X, but it's PC only. Forza Horizon in November is going to be huge, right? And the other thing is, for example, if I had an Xbox Series X right now with Game Pass, what we could potentially do is have, for example, in the month of July, when there's literally nothing going on but Skyward Sword, okay? We could do Game Pass nights, where essentially we just sit here and we go through Game Pass together. We look at games and people are like, oh, try this one. And I download it, and, you know, it might take like 15, 20 minutes to download, but then we play for a little bit, you know. That could be a fun mini project where we just kind of see what the hell does Game Pass have to offer, and jump through and pick a few games and maybe download a few games and play them on, you know, certain nights and stuff. Like, that would be amazing, right? That's pretty cool. Toilet Paper Clown says, I never played Age of Empires, even though I played Age of Empires 1 and 2 on PC back in the day. Absolutely loved the game. Back then, it had some of the best graphics, and it was some of the best RTS gameplay, because it was varied. The very different cultures, how their warriors fought differently, was really cool. I liked that about it. But, you know, Toilet Paper Clown, I think his name says it all, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and let's ban that idiot. There you go, fucker. Anyway, getting back on the subject. So as you can see, if I had an Xbox Series X, with Game Pass, it would be pretty cool. Like this, I feel like the dead time of the summer, we'd find things to do to fill it. Whether it's just get games off Game Pass and play them on a whim, or actually brainstorming, oh, this game's under Game Pass, this would be a good playthrough, yada, 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 you see? But, sadly, without it, I can't do it. And I know I cannot afford it myself. I'll tell you right now, this next 1 to 2 months is going to be very tight for me. Because since there's no new releases, we're not going to see an influx of viewers and support. I feel like it'll be kind of just the same level it's been. And my support right now on YouTube streaming is way lower than it was on Twitch because of the very huge discrepancy between the subs I used to have and the members I have now, as well as the Super Chats. Not to say the Super Chats aren't coming in. They are, and it's nice. But it's nowhere near the cheering I used to get over on Twitch. So I have a pretty big, you know, dip in income right now. And I just don't have money to invest in anything. You know, maybe later this year, if things pick up in the fall, I'd be able to do it. But right now, I'm shot. Okay? Of course, since 2 weeks ago when the Microsoft and Bethesda press conference happened, and I announced that I really was interested in getting an Xbox Series X now because of Game Pass and all these games being under it. Of course, I had a bunch of assholes all fucking contacting me and fucking with me for like 2 weeks. Oh, I'd like to donate an Xbox Series X. Oh, I'd like to do this and that. And they're all trolls, of course. But I come to expect this over the years. This is what happens every time someone claims they're going to donate something. I get 100 trolls lying versus one person who's being truthful. So it is what it is. It sucks that, you know, people like to fuck with me like that. But I really wasn't expecting that anyone was going to donate one anyway. I mean, that would be pretty ridiculous to think that someone was just going to come out of nowhere and donate a $400 console to me. No, I was not expecting that at all. So, yeah, I understand a lot of people are like, oh, man, you should totally get an Xbox Series X. It's just not viable for me right now. I want it. You know, people are sending me links every day. Oh, look, it's available for order right now. You should get it. I can't. I have no money. You know, every dollar I'm bringing in is going to pay all my bills and everything. I got a big payment from YouTube that has to be stretched out now because I have to do my income tax payment for the month. I have to pay my health insurance for the month. I just paid my cell phone bill. And then coming up, just like every month, first week of July, it's going to be my car payment and my condo dues and all that shit's going to become due. So all that money I made from YouTube is going to be gone within a week, 2 weeks tops. And then I'm relying again on tips to get me through until the next YouTube payment. So I don't have free money. I just don't have any money freed up to do anything with. It's all got to go to the important stuff, man. It is what it is. AA winner Michael Caine says, what about filling the gaps with classics like Jedi Academy or Hitman Blood Money? Well, what I was thinking is that this summer, being that it's going to be a dead-ass July, I could take opportunity to do a few things that I've wanted to do for the longest time and have not had opportunity to do. Now, keep in mind that Fallout New Vegas and Mass Effect 3 will be running for a while. They're longer games. So, likely those projects will be continuing. Okay? But outside of that, I'm thinking maybe some games that I've planned on doing for a long time and haven't been doing or been craving to do. Like, I've seriously been craving going back and playing Chrono Trigger again for the longest time. Now, I actually don't know what would be a viable way to play Chrono Trigger because I don't know what it's available on. I'd have to research this to see how can I play it. You know, would I have to go back and hook up my Wii U? You know, is it even on there? I don't even know where it is at this point. My original playthrough of Chrono Trigger from way back when, what was it, 2013, was done emulated on PC, which you can't even do anymore because all those emulation websites were shut down by Nintendo. You can't even get the ROM anymore. So I would have to figure out how to do it if I were to do it. I think it would be a really cool interactive stream with you guys because that game has such great music, and finally being able to share that live with an audience and interacting with you guys talking about it would be really cool. The DS version, my ruin says the DS version is the best one. Now, that sounds like a good idea, but I would have to see if my Nintendo DS even works anymore. I mean, I haven't used the thing in like 5 years. I don't know if the capture device is still working. I would have to fuck with it. I would prefer to play it on a console if available, but I don't know. Adam Stretch says Lost Odyssey. Now, here's the thing, Adam Stretch. I 100% would love to play Lost Odyssey. I'm actually itching to play the fucking game. I only played it once when it was a new release. I fucking loved it. It's from Mistwalker Studios, the same company that made Blue Dragon, the same company that in the past made games like Dragon Quest and worked on games like Final Fantasy. So, it's outstanding. The game is really good. The problem is, it's an incredibly lengthy turn-based RPG at a time when I'm already playing multiple other RPGs. You know? You could argue that Fallout is an RPG that, you know, it's lengthy and everything. Oh, it's the same kind. I don't think so. I think they're completely different games. They really are. But some people would argue that I'm playing too many of the same kind of game. You know? Okay, so Michael Caine says it's on Steam. It's based on the iPhone Android port that includes the DS and PS1 content. Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to look into that, but I wonder if it's any good because the Steam versions of Final Fantasy IV that I played, oh my god, that was garbage. It was complete trash. It ran like shit, and it actually hurt the playthrough big time that it looked so bad. Hello, Team Michael Gamer, how are you? So basically, I'm trying to think of stuff that I can do for the month of July that people would be interested in. Stuff that maybe I've wanted to do for a long time and didn't have a chance. Adam stretches, what about Sackboy's Big Adventure? It may be time for that. Because it's finally half price, which is what I was waiting for. I was like, there's no chance I was paying $60 for that thing. Now it's only $30, and I guarantee you probably the price will continue to drop. Finally, the game is being valued at what it actually should have been valued at to begin with. So maybe I'll get that at some point during July. Yeah. Symbol Bubble, yes, I still have that OG Dark Side Phil shirt from Project 7. I have it. I wore it at one point in the last few months. And people were freaking out that I was wearing it on stream. Ben Porter, I love Neo, but I'm not going to go back and replay it. I don't think there's any real demand to see me replay it. Swaggins, I certainly don't remember saying that. He says, Mortal Shell's on sale. Remember you said you'd play it when it went on sale? I don't remember that. I remember saying I don't want to play any FromSoft knockoffs, is what I remember saying. Okay, so anyway, guys. So the point I'm making is thus. As much as I would... well, first of all, as much as I appreciate people who've been sending me information about Xbox Series X saying, oh, Phil, here's an opportunity to buy it. Here's an opportunity to buy it. I can't buy it. Okay? I just can't. It's going to take me likely months to get into a consistent rhythm on YouTube and getting enough income on YouTube to just be able to pay all my regular bills and everything, let alone be able to drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a new console. You see? Right now, if I had the money for it, I would drop it immediately. I would buy an Xbox Series X, and we would be doing all kinds of fun Game Pass stuff. I know we would, but I just can't do it, you know? If anyone would be interested in donating one, by all means, you can contact me behind the scenes. I'm all ears about it, you know, to talk, but sadly, the only people who contacted me about it were trolls who could do nothing but make, you know, stupid gout jokes and shit. After, you know, talking to me in email a couple times, I had like 4 people who did it. And I'm like, every one of them when they emailed, I'm like, this is not real. I know it's bullshit because I don't know these people. It'd be one thing if it was like a regular on the stream contacted me and said, hey, Phil, I'd really like to donate one and help you out. That'd be one thing. 4 people I never heard of all contact me behind the scenes and say, oh, we want to send you an Xbox Series X. I'm like, okay, bullshit, 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 bullshit. So I wasn't expecting anything out of them, you know, at all. I knew that it was bullshit. But the point I'm making is there's no way that I'm going to be able to do it myself right now. Maybe long term, maybe by the fall, like I said, if things pick up with the streaming and now I'm more into a steady rhythm of being able to afford everything I need to afford to begin with, then I can say, okay, I got some extra this month, I can actually do it. But for now, it's just not happening. Okay? So, that's the deal, guys. And by the way, some people say, oh, why don't you finance it? They have this deal where you can finance out the Xbox Series X at GameStop. They have this payment plan thing. I can't do that. I have no credit. Last year I declared bankruptcy, remember? That means I don't have credit for another 9 years. So, I don't qualify for that shit. I would have to buy it outright like everybody else. Can't do that. Okay. So, for now, the whole Xbox Series X idea is shut down. There's not much I can do about it. Unless some miracle happens, you know, and I win the lotto, or someone actually does offer legitimately to donate one, which I'm not foreseeing happening. It's pretty crazy if that would happen, right? So, we'll see. What I am trying to do is plan out realistic stuff I can do. Because, you know, right now, with the stuff I'm doing, I'm having a fun variety of streams for sure. I am. I'm enjoying myself. I know you guys are too. But obviously in July, things are going to start to run out. I mean, I'm about to finish Ratchet and Clank. I'm sure Mario Golf isn't going to be an indefinite playthrough. You know, as things start to slow down and ramp up and finish up, I'm going to look for other projects to do. And that's why I need your ideas to help me brainstorm what to do. I think Chrono Trigger is a strong possibility because Chrono Trigger also is not a very long game. It's a very fun one, but not a very long game. Okay? So, I guess we'll see. All right? All right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you in advance for any contributions during today's Chill New Vegas stream. I appreciate anything that comes in, whether it be a new channel membership, a renewed channel membership, super chat, super sticker, or a tip. In particular, tips do help me more overall. If you want to help me more than anything, please tip me. You can tip me by looking at the description of the stream or type an exclamation point tip into the chat. But everything is welcome and appreciated, and I really do appreciate everyone who does help me every single day. I consider that going above and beyond giving any kind of a contribution, really. Like, you know, it's really awesome that you guys like the content, you like what I do so much, that you've stuck with me during the transition from Twitch to YouTube, and now you're supporting the YouTube streams on a daily basis. Thank you so much in advance, anyone, for any kind of contribution you may give to the streams. Okay? I appreciate that very much. I do. Alrighty then. Speaking of which, Ryan did a super chat and says, have my wife do it. No. My wife is not going to be paying for my work equipment. My wife is not going to put her credit on the line and put it in what are you talking about? Now, the stuff that I do in regards to my streams and everything is separate from my private life with my wife. I'm not getting my wife's finances involved in getting me an Xbox Series X. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The answer is no. I'm never doing shit like that. That you want to know how to really stress out a personal relationship? That's how you do it. There you go. You've hit it on the head. Fuck around and get your personal life mixed up with your work shit, and that is how you cause major problems. Absolutely fucking no. I am not doing that. That would be the worst possible idea. So, Ryan, no. I think his name was Ryan33. Thank you for the super chat, but no, that's a terrible, 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 terrible idea. No. Well, hold on. Let me think about it at least for one more second. No! Okay. Yikes. Okay. So Snow Carl is our first tipper of the day. He said, what changes have you considered implementing to stop declining viewership and support? There is no declining viewership and support. I think you should ASAP start doing multiplayer with viewers, games, events, chat with viewers, participate in interactive gameplay. All right. First of all, no, multiplayer events, interactive events don't work. The trolls ruin them. I've only explained this about 4,000 times. There is no declining viewership. Ever since I came over from Twitch, the viewership's pretty consistent. Usually for daytime streams, we get roughly 250 to 300 viewers. Sometimes it spikes to 400 if I'm playing a newer game. And night streams typically are between 150 to 300 viewers. It depends, again, on the game and the night. The support has actually been pretty consistent. The support has not dipped in any way, shape, or form. The difference here is that I don't have all those gifted subs and Amazon Prime subs from Twitch, just being honest. And people are adjusting to the super chats. People are doing super chats, but for 2 months I was asking primarily for tips. So now people are adjusting to say, oh, I can help in other ways, let me do it. You know, there is no, what you're listening to, Snow Carl, is a narrative from the trolls who want to spin things in a negative sky is falling way, and I'm not going to have it on my streams. It's just not factually true. It's bullshit. All right? Everything's fine. It's just that I need to adjust to the fact that, yeah, I took a hit leaving Twitch, coming to YouTube because of fucking Twitch. And now I have to adjust to that and you know, say, okay, I have to have money to pay these bills, so let me try to divvy this out, divvy that out, and basically penny pinch, right? Until we can build up the YouTube streaming, which will happen. It will happen in due time. It just takes a while. Especially now, there's no new releases. It's hard to get new eyes on the channel, right? When there's new stuff going on, people will come over, all right? But it would sure be nice if people would stop spinning this false narrative. I hate this Chicken Little sky is falling narrative. People have to live in this dramatic place constantly. Oh my God, your viewership is way low. No, it's not. If you take a look at the viewership I have on YouTube versus the viewership I had on Twitch, we actually had a good conversation about this last night during the MLB stream. People were like, gee, Phil, So here we are, you're streaming MLB, and I want to say I had 250 viewers last night, okay? And they're like, now wait a minute, you have 250 viewers. When you used to stream this over on Twitch, you had maybe 300, 350. But you notice the 100 people that are missing have added nothing. The 100 people that used to be on Twitch were the trolls. They would sit there in their little boys club, and they would circle jerk each other with their stupid fucking memes that no one understood. And they would reference the tractor shit all the time. It would annoy everybody. And then they would fucking spam shit in the chat, stupid emotes and shit that had nothing to do with anything. And essentially it would make it harder for people who were actually here to chill with you to actually have a good time. Because all they would do is spam the chat with bullshit. No one cared about their nonsense. They just sat here doing stupid shit and that derailed the stream constantly. These are the people who always skirted the rules and were always on the edge of getting banned, but sometimes they would and wouldn't. And if they got banned, they would apologize and come back, you know? They say, they're not here on YouTube anymore. They're gone. Those people are gone. And this is good because now we can sit here and actually have meaningful conversation during your chill stream instead of having to put up with their stupid shit. And I 100% agree. What's happening now is we've weeded out the element of people who were here just to sit here and be morons. Instead, we actually have people who want to be here for the quality of the stream and enjoy a chill session with me, which is the point of my streaming. Okay? People are so focused. They're so focused on views. They think it means something. Ladies and gentlemen, my viewership is relatively low for a streamer who does this for a living, but the people who watch my stuff appreciate what I do and tell me how much meaning it has, and then they support the stream. So it doesn't matter if I have only 300 viewers on a Fallout New Vegas stream, because my stream is still supported enough that I can make a living doing it. You understand that? It doesn't matter. I don't need to be Mr. Popular, and God, for you know I'm not, with the way that these shitheads have treated me on the internet and ruined my reputation and everything over the years for complete fabricated bullshit. You know that I'm not popular at all in regards to mainstream appeal. You know that, you know, but here I am, and I'm allowed to have fun, meaningful streams with viewers who are actually here to have a good time, and I'm still able to make a living doing it. So who cares, right? But there is no, this is just bullshit. There's no, oh my God, your streams are failing and everything's dropping. What are you talking about? Have you been to the streams? You know what I mean? Like, are you actually paying attention to what's going on the streams? The streams have actually become higher quality. It's just a matter of we had you know what? Just the facts, man, just said it good. Separated the wheat from the chaff when you went to YouTube. You're right. We got rid of all the crap that you shake off, and we're now, it's the people who actually are here to have a positive time. We got rid of the toxicity. Not to say that the trolls don't come in every once in a while and do something stupid, because of course they do. You'll never lose that element entirely. There's always going to be some of that. But we definitely shook off a ton of that shit. Pack 666, no, Lost Odyssey does not have choices and consequences gameplay. It's a pretty standard JRPG. So there you go. Snow Carl, stop freaking out. Stop worrying. Everything is good. Okay? As long as people who like me and my content keep showing up to the streams and supporting them, and we have a good chill time, all is well. All will always be well. There's no worrisome thing going on here. Yeah, it's certainly different than when I used to turn on a stream on Twitch and immediately there'd be hundreds of people in the chat all trolling and doing stupid emotes and shit. It's very different, right? At the same time, it's better. So, I'm not complaining in any way. Alfredo Ponte is here. Good morning, Alfred. He tipped me $2.30 and says, hope you're doing good. Good thing you're a variety streamer, because for me, Ratchet & Clank got boring. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I liked Ratchet & Clank all the way up to yesterday, and yesterday I was bored to tears all 3 hours I played the game. I really was, and that's sad because I really felt like it was doing really well, and I was like, man, this could be a Game of the Year contender. They did such a good job. And then all of a sudden, it's like the game lost steam. It lost its way. There's no more innovation in the game. The new guns I'm unlocking are not good. They're boring. And I'm like, oh, man, this sucks because they were doing really well for a while, and now it seems to, like, have fallen on its face. I guess we'll see on Saturday how it all ends, right? Okay. So thank you for that's the biggest tip of the day. Thank you, Alfred. Bad Take Carl to the $1.30. Snow Carl, I think you're going to have to be more careful about what you say on this stream because you have some critics. Bad Take Carl with a $1.30 tip. Thank you. Snow Carl actually just did another tip, $1.30 tip. It says, I was listening to everyone in chat. Everyone in chat is not saying that, by the way. I assumed it was true. How long could you sustain the decline in income from Twitch Prime subs? The last few months were kind of chaotic, close to payday. Maybe the tax payments are done. The thing is, being honest here, I don't know, because we have to see how things go. Like, I would say right now, tip income is really good. You guys have been tipping me a lot, which is great. I've been hitting the tips goal this week a bunch, which is great. That helps a ton. But on the same front of that, memberships are low this month. You know, keep in mind, last month I had up to 190, and then it had a big dip, and we haven't come back from that. Super chats, I'd say people are just starting to consistently do super chats, because now we're getting used to that. We're getting used to the flow of that. Because previously, the last 2 months, I said just tip me, tip me, tip me, tip me, so people weren't doing super chats. So now they are. And so they are starting to consistently come in. Now, what does that add up to? I have no idea, because it's just started. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know when this month ends, June. I don't know how we're going to look. I'll know at the end of June, but likely, I'm going to guess, probably in June, I won't have made as much as I did in May. Only because in May, everyone came over here to support me from Twitch, and there was a lot of contributions, and I bet they're going to slow down over the course of this month because there wasn't a lot going on in the realm of gaming. Just being honest, we were expecting E3 and Summer Games Fest was going to be a big event and a lot of game announcements, maybe even surprise game drops, and really none of that happened. It was a huge flop, a big disappointment this year. So that affects a lot of things, you know. It really does. It's hard to bring in new viewership when there's nothing new going on. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, how long can you last? I don't know. We gotta see what happens, man. We gotta see what happens. And I'm feeling positive about it. I'm feeling positive about the future. I'm not gonna sit here and, like I said, say the sky is falling and shit. Looks like a super chat came in. I missed it. Hold on. Oh, now it's refreshing. So Bobby did a $5 super chat. He says, oh, here we go. He's complaining about Divinity. All right, so Bobby, listen. First of all, thank you for the super chat. But you're way off base here. The reason I stopped playing Divinity is because people told me to stop playing it. There's a difference between Phil didn't like a game and decided on his own that he just doesn't want to play it, even though he had previously committed to playing it, versus, you know, everyone overwhelmingly telling me that I've played it long enough and the playthrough's not good, so just stop. I played Divinity Original Sin 2 for 60 fucking hours. 60 hours. That's longer than the vast majority of playthroughs that I put out, period. And people are telling me you're only about halfway through it and it's just going to get worse the further in you play. It's going to be more tedious, more boring for you to play. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, what the hell were people thinking? Listen, I know what people were thinking. There was one or two schools of thought. The first was, wow, Phil's never played Divinity before. This style of RPG is something he doesn't do. Let's expose him to that so he knows what it is. It would be cool to see him play this totally new style of game. That was one school of thought. The other school of thought was, haha, here's an 120-hour-long game that Phil will never finish. It's so difficult with no knowledge of the series. It's not accessible. We know he'll get his ass beat, so let's have him play this game and troll his ass, right? Seriously. So, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. I played the shit out of it. I really did. To the point where I just don't care about the game anymore. I really, at this point, don't care. Every time I played it, I was bored to tears. It was too fucking tedious. You know, what do you want me to do? Keep torturing myself to play the game? People were telling me every stream, stop playing this. Every time I turned on the game, why is Phil playing this? It's so boring. I wish he would play any game but this. You know? So, I did exactly what my viewers told me to do. I stopped playing it because people said, stop, 60 hours is enough. Enough of the torture. And again, no, I'm not saying that the game is bad. It's not. The game definitely works and is a functional game and is a fun game for people who like that style of game and have that kind of commitment and dedication to it. I'm a variety streamer. You know what I mean? I can't play that game 10 hours a week, which is really what is required of it. You really would have to play that game 10 hours a week for 12 straight fucking weeks to enjoy it. And I don't have that time commitment. So, Bobby, I appreciate the super chat. Sorry to disappoint you. Perhaps you should have thought about this before you asked me to play one of the most ridiculously long, drawn-out, inaccessible RPGs ever made. maybe you should have used some own insight instead of just asking for something that you knew was not going to fit with my content formula. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. The Dirty Troll did a $2.99 super chat and says, Twitch can go... What? SK their mother? What does that even mean? You win without them. Yeah, you know. I mean, we all know what happened with Twitch. I don't want to sit here and dwell on it. I have no idea what the fuck they were thinking. It's obvious what they said was false, because when I asked for justification, they wouldn't provide any. Here is, very simply, a way to go through life and know what's the real deal with stuff. If someone says this is what happened, you say, okay, show me what you're talking about, evidence, and they will refuse. It's because there's no evidence. It's that simple. They made it up. They're full of shit. There was no reason for them to not say, oh, well, we did an investigation and we said you were constantly using hate speech and that's why we kicked you out of the partner program. Okay, well, you didn't ban me from the site or punish me otherwise because it would be against your terms of service. So can you provide the evidence of what you're saying? No, they never responded because there is none. They just wanted me out of the partner program. For some reason, they felt that there was a liability there. Likely it was because the amount of trolls that were messaging them on a daily basis, making shit up about me. And they were like, this guy, you know, gets so many complaints that we have to keep investigating. We just want him out. This is exactly what happened with my Curse partnership. I did nothing wrong at all. Curse outright said, we know you've never done anything wrong on YouTube, but you get so many false reports we can't handle them anymore. We got to kick you out. You know? So, it's that simple. If someone accuses you of something and then won't prove it with facts, it didn't happen. They're full of shit. So, yeah, I don't need Twitch. I've proven that I don't need Twitch. I'm over here doing my thing, having a good time with an audience that's actually here to watch me rather than the toxicity of Twitch. I don't have to hear about the nonsense going on Twitch daily because I'm not a part of it anymore. This is all good for me, man. Plus, let's face it, the quality of my streams are great. 1080p 60 frames of these new games is really good, and I'm happy to be finally giving you guys quality again. After 4.5 years of giving you nerfed shit over on Twitch because they're too focused on taking the money they make, the exorbitant amounts of money they make on a daily basis, and apparently pissing it away to the parent company instead of improving their own business. At least over here I can put out a quality stream for you. So, oh, excuse me. Alvaro Ponte has done a $2.30 tip. Says, Phil, in my opinion, both Sony exclusives, Returnal and Ratchet, are not worth $70. With Returnal, I 100% agree with you. Okay, 100%. There is no justification of that game being $70 for the amount of repetition and grinding and reusing of assets that it does. There's just no way anyone can justify it. Okay? Now, as for Ratchet and Clank, I will reserve my judgment till I beat it. Alright? So, we shall see on Saturday. But I kind of agree with you, man. I have to agree with you that, you know, these Sony exclusives, I was saying this yesterday. Someone said this in the chat, and I wholeheartedly agree with it. The best Sony exclusive so far is Astro's Playroom. It's true, because it's fucking free. You have to pay for it. Even though it's only like 5 hours long, every moment you're playing, you're having fun. There's a ton of really great Easter egg references in the game. It really, really showcases the haptic feedback of the DualSense controller. Like, it's the best fucking exclusive for PS5, hands down. You know, Demon's Souls is a remake, so you can argue it's a great game, but you already played it. Godfall is a piece of fucking donkey shit. Returnal is way overpriced for what it is. And Ratchet and Clank is getting stale. Absolutely, Astro's Playroom is the best fucking game right now. Okay. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're coming near to the end of the pre-stream. If anyone has any further questions or any things to say, or, you know, please, by all means, now would be the time before we take our little break. When I take the break, I use the restroom and prepare for 3+ hours of Fallout New Vegas goodness, where hopefully we can finish up Old World Blues here. Anyone have any other topics or any questions or anything they'd like to talk about? Hobo X says, pretty bad when a tech demo is the best exclusive. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say, except both consoles have been incredibly disappointing when it comes to exclusives. Take a look at Xbox Series X. The only exclusive they had was the Medium, and that game wasn't good either. Yes, I'm getting Mario Golf tomorrow. Yes. Hoggish Greedley, a villain from fucking Captain Planet, just did a super chat and said a tech demo was Phil's favorite PS5 game because it's the best one. I don't know why you think that's funny. It's the best. It is the best one. Hoggish Greedley. What a name. Surprisingly enough, Hoggish Greedley is a philanthropist. He gives away a lot of his wealth. I don't know if you guys knew that. Okay. Am I going to try Stranded Deep, a survival game? I don't know about that. What is it? I don't know what that is. If I have more information about it, maybe I would. Daggy Smurf, I don't know if you knew this, the Series X is on my Amazon wishlist at this point, but it doesn't really matter because you can't order it off of Amazon anyway. He says, could I add the Series X to my Amazon wishlist? It's actually on there, but you can't buy it. It just endlessly just says unavailable because you can't buy it through Amazon because it's always sold out. So... Okay. Guys, I think it's time for our break. People are now talking about incels in the chat. I'm like, okay, I think that's a good sign for me to take my break here. All right? So, let's take a break, everybody. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for the support here on the pre-stream. When I come back from break, we will jump into Fallout New Vegas fun. I'm excited to finish up this DLC. I don't know how hard it will be, but we're in the midst of the X-13 building, which is the stealth suit challenge stuff. So, yeah. I'll be back shortly, everyone. Thanks for chilling, and I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Sound good? All right. I'll be back. Thanks.